in Detroit, and he was living with her parents. He and his wife, Nadine was living with his in-laws, you know, and they had old basements like in those days. You know, they had those basements, and the basement was made into 1 or 2 rooms or something like that. It was so crowded. It was really too crowded. To get to the upstairs, you never knew it had it upstairs from the outside. And you open the closet there by the living room or something, you look around, you see a stairway going up there. I think that's maybe where Pauline, I don't know where, Tazewell and his wife had the best room in the house. That opened up to the kitchen. And so there was a basement where I was in. Okay, I don't know what the arrangement was. But anyway, they made arrangements that Pauline and I would stay with the Streeters. That was their last. Tazewell's in-laws was called, their last name was the Streeters. Dora and I forget what her husband was named.
You remember?
C-O-R-A.
70 years ago.
So we stayed, when we first initially went there, we moved in with them, with Tazewell's in-laws.
Interesting. And Tazewell was living there.
Tazewell was living there before he quit Nadine and headed for California.
He brought Nadine with him to California.
No, he quit us.
But I remember Nadine in California.
I remember that name.
Nadine was out there a few times, but she didn't live out there. Her sister lived out there in Loma Linda and wherever else. Lillian.
Did she die in California?
Who?
Nadine.
No, she died in Detroit. She died.
Now, how old was
Lillian lived in California till she died. Her sister Lillian lived in.
Good night, Nadine.
Good night. Irene. I thought it was Nadine we were saying. I always thought we were singing about Nadine.
Grandpa must have died around 61.
How old was
61, December 61.
Okay, he was 9 or 10 years younger than grandmother.
Yeah.
When she died, she was 79, as I recall. When she died in, 51?
Yeah, 51.
She was 79, they tell me. He died at 79, but he died at 79, 9 or 10 years later. 69. They both died at age 79, I'm told.
Yeah, really? That's about right.
Yeah, I'm told they both died at 79 years old. Grandpa.
At level 70.
Grandpa had a terrible bout with diabetes.
Yeah, and see, that's another thing that surprised me.
79.
They lived to be 79. Our grandmother lived to be 79, and so did Grandpa.
I wrote down.
They both died at 79.
December 1961 in Detroit, what happened?
No, December. Well, that's where Grandpa died.
I don't know where he died. I was in the Air Force and Governor Pauline knows.
In December 61, because I was at Oakwood.
That's when who died?
Grandpa Watts.
61?
Was it 60 or
yes,
61?
It was 61.
I think it was 60.
It was 61 when I was at Oakwood. Okay. I know what it was. And when I told you, Ezra came down to pick me up, to take me to Mississippi to the funeral.
That was the last part of 61?
December.
I thought it was last part of 60 because I had driven out to California.
Well, if you were at Oakwood, it had to
It was 61.
I know the funeral was in 61.
Well, December 61, because I had been in Oakwood for 3 or 4 months.
Really? Reason I thought
so he stayed with us like in 58 or 59?
It was in the 50s.
Yeah.
Who?
Mom and Daddy.
He stayed with you as in visiting with you?
He stayed with us for...
What year was that?
In the late
Grandpa.
Somebody put
What's his
up?
name?
William.
What's Grandpa's name? William Watts. Maybe that's
Oh, Hannah and Harvey and Hester or whoever.
Yeah, probably would be.
You guys were saying Pauline was sharing a room with the teacher.
So that's what maybe I'll
No, go ahead.
What's that?
Go ahead.
I was saying Pauline was sharing a room with the teacher. And her name was Miss Crossfield.
All this is going to get
Pauline called pneumonia too.
Because this is the
So anyway, Uncle Ezra would make an annual trip to Mississippi. Daddy would make 1 or 2 every year. Uncle Ezra would come at least once, maybe twice. So my story goes, he told Daddy, me and Pauline didn't have no mother, grandma done got sick and couldn't take care of us. And so we moved up there to so we could go to school. We had an agreement with the...
Look over and bang, he did it.
Oh, you were taking pictures? Oh, well, he taking pictures.
Everybody taking pictures.
Videotape us.
Oh, you videotaping?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead. You can do it. Well, that's a lot better. Yeah.
See all that hair there?
Yeah.
the video. So tell the story to that.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but anyway, so the story goes that they make their annual trips to Mississippi. So Uncle Ezra, I'm told Dad, we down there staying, didn't have no mother, and Grandma couldn't take care of us anymore. So the story goes, Uncle Ezra seemed to have been taking more interest in Pauline and I than Dad was, I guess. So he told Dad before that trip, he says, Leonard, when I go down this time, I'm bringing Wickard in. Wickard and Pauline back with me, so start making arrangements. Dad, I don't think he even thought about bringing us up there. Okay, he chasing his women having a ball, like he always did, even when he was married to my mom, I understand. But nevertheless, so he said that he's going to bring Pauline and I back. Okay, that's just the beginning of the story. So he came down to Curtis had the sawmill then, right across from where we have our get together.
Uh-huh.
Then it was Allen and Sydney's where Pauline was staying, the little white house there, At that time, that's where Allen and Sydney lived, and across the road, it's not Bobby's place, what they call family reunion, the family estate or whatever. Is where Uncle Curtis had moved his sawmill from down to the old home place up there, so he'd get some timber. He'd run out of timber down there at the old home place where you live now. Couldn't find no timber, so he moved his sawmill up to Soso. And I guess the Knights all had property and stuff, and then that's how Ernest Knight, the guy I was staying with, got injured working for Uncle Curtis and broke his leg or something working for Uncle Curtis. So anyway, Pauline's with by the way, I was no longer living with Ernest. At the time, I was confiscated to go to Detroit.
Listen to the story.
How old were you? How old were you? I'm sorry, I missed it.
11.
Well, when I went to Detroit, I turned 11. But anyway, when Grandpa William was by himself down there, because Uncle Curtis done moved to Sawmill, Grandma was done had her stroke and everything, and so I guess she was with Aunt Rachel or wherever then, and so Pauline and I was there. Okay, Grandpa was alone, so he hooked. You know how far it is from Soso to where you were living.
Yeah, 60.
Grandpa hooked up a horse to a wagon and put belongings that he had on that wagon. I don't know if it was a wagon, if the wagon it was being pulled by a horse and a mule or what. He came all the way from down there with a horse and wagon. All the way up there. And so Curtis was up there and everything. So when he got there, he removed me from staying with Ernest Knight. He moved into old Sam Knight. You don't know if you ever heard of it. Sam Knight was pretty close kin to our grandmother. I don't know just what that was. Sam Knight was very, and he lived right across from where Amos Knight, the brother of Sidney Knight, he lived right across the old house in there. I don't know if anybody was living there or not, but it was still in pretty good shape. So when Grandpa came from down there in Little River, Polk Creek, then he had made arrangements to live in that house. So when he come up there, he took me away from Ernest and moved in. Ernest was a heavy drinker too at that time. But, anyway, he moved me so I could stay with him. He brought a little oil stove there in that room that we had, and he would get up and cook his oatmeal and et cetera, et cetera. So he put me with Grandpa. Grandpa put me with him, and Pauline still was sitting in Allen. Okay, Uncle Ezra shows up. I didn't have any warning, and Pauline didn't either. I guess what was going to take place. Grandpa would always be down there hanging around the sawmill with Uncle Curtis. And he had to walk about a quarter of a mile up to this old Sam Knight's place. Bobby can tell you about Sam Knight's place. I don't know what the relationship is. But anyway, he would always, you could hear him walking along. He'd always be running. He always had one hand like this when he'd be on. He'd be singing and whistling gospel songs and stuff like that, on his way up to those. And usually around dark, he'd be leaving the sawmill and going on up there. Uncle Ezra says, okay, Paul's, how he does every night. He'll leave from down to Sawmill if you happen to be there. He ain't already up there. Now, when you hear Paul singing and walking up there, it'd be just after dark. I want you to hide in the ditch along the roadside there. You hide now. Okay, we already been told he gonna steal us away and take her. He already told me and Pauline a day or two before what was going to happen. So Sidney Knight's wife had taken Alvin Knight, Sidney's wife, had taken Pauline, I guess, with her, and they went to Laurel and bought up clothes and stuff the day before. So we have something new to wear. That's another story when I got to Detroit. We wearing overalls and keep on that. Miss Allen went and bought overalls. Bought me a red cap. Oh, and her husband just had a. When we got up there,
Finish the story.
he said, when you get in that ditch and you know that Grandpa, your paw done passed. About time you think he's out of sight, I want you to get up out of that ditch and I want you to run back down that road towards this little community of Sosa, whatever it is there.
Who's hiding in the ditch?
Me.
Okay, that's.
I want you to hide in that ditch so Paul won't see you.
Yeah.
He's thinking I'm up there, maybe at the room already. I want you to hide in the ditch. Grandpa runs, walking along he always walked like that, singing and going on happy. When you see Paul passing, he's out of sight, I want you to go the opposite direction, down toward the little community of So-So. And I want you to just keep going. Don't you slow down, because you know Grandpa will have a fit. That's another story too, what happened after that. You see, keep running until I come up and pick you up. It's all timed. So when Grandpa would go up there, I was come out of that ditch. He already done got Pauline from the alley and Sidney. She already, wasn't no problem getting Pauline stealing her away. But I was staying with Grandpa. So he says, if you keep running towards So-So, and I will come along and pick you up and open the door. You get in, we gone. By that time, we got everything we gonna take with us. This alley done gave him the little clothes she bought. Pauline got her stuff. Okay, so when Grandpa passed by, I headed down that road. It's after dark. I don't know, good with no snake or something in that ditch, I guess, because I'll lay in there in that bitch real tight. I hope Grandpa can't see me. It's dark. I'm running down there. Y'all Ezra came along, picked me up. Pauline was already in there. We kept on going, heading for, that's when we stopped by Nashville, Tennessee at y'all's place. Let's see, you were born in 42 or something? 3? Okay, we came through in 47, June 47. Stopped by y'all's house on the way to Detroit. But before that happened, okay, Grandpa got up there and found out I wasn't in that room. Where's Wicker? Where's Wicker? So we come back down to where Pauline was staying with Allen and Sidney. Maybe we even going across the road to Uncle Curtis and Aunt Audrey or something. Anyway, they informed him that we was on our way to Detroit. That man hit the ceiling. As far as he's concerned, we were his kids. He's been raising us ever since. Huh?
You were kidnapped.
He's been raising us ever since we were.
Why did that happen that way?
Pay attention.
No.
Well,
he didn't say that.
Ezra was.
Uncle Ezra told Daddy that he needed to take care of his kids.
That's the answer.
Instead of Pauline living with somebody and I'm living with somebody, and of course Grandpa,
but Grandpa said no. I'm taking care of them.
He would have said no. No, he was doing nothing. He just up there.
These are my kids. I'm coming to get them. Thank you very much. Thank you for taking care of them.
No, he didn't come to get us. Grandpa just came up there to stay because he was alone down at the old home place. He didn't want to be by himself. And Curtis had his sawmill up there, so he said, I'm going up there and join Pauline.
So Ezra came to get the kids.
Well, Uncle Ezra was the one that came down there and got us. And he told Daddy up in Detroit, they were living in Detroit, I'm going to bring Pauline and Bernard back when I go down this time because they ain't got no mother, no father. Grandpa can't take care of them. And
he wasn't just going to just say, okay, you're right, come get your kids.
Why didn't Uncle Leonard come get you?
Yeah.
Why didn't Uncle Leonard come get you?
Too busy chasing women and having a ball.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway, Uncle Ezra told him to start looking for, set up getting when I come back from Mississippi, I'm going to have Pauline and Bernard with me. Bernard Wicker. I mean, Pauline with me. Chewicker, Wicker, whatever. They call me, some call me Chewicker, some call me Wicker. So he came back down to, Grandpa came back down to Allen and Sidney. Had an old phone. They were one of the few people that had a phone. I think it was that one of them phones where you
Crank it.
put it to the ear like that, you're talking to whatever, you whine. So they had a phone. Grandpa came back down there. I can't find Wicker. Where's Wicker? this alley gave him the news. So Uncle Ezra got him. He's on his way to Detroit. What? God, I don't know what the world. He called the police, he called the sheriff, he called the highway patrol. He said,
whatever they had.
yeah, whatever. He says, my son has come here and stole away my kids. But my grandkids, I don't know if he said my kids or what. He may have said my kids because he's been raising us all ever since we were little tots, And so the story goes that once he was calling the police and highway patrol, whoever he was calling, their response was, are they your kids? No, they're my grandkids, but I've been raising them all the time, Well, who's the daddy? Well, their daddy's Leonard Wash. He's I guess he told them that he's up in Detroit somewhere, etc. But I've been raising, they're not they're not your kids. And that's their uncle that got them and taken them. We don't feel that we need to interfere. That's what I was told. They're not your kids. And I guess Miss Alley had told them that we were going to be taken to our father in Detroit. And once they got that news, they said, we can't interfere. We're not going to sit up road block and look for his car. You done that Mercury then. So he was 39. He kept that thing for many years. So anyway,
Have he mellowed out with his beating? You guys didn't get that part of your grandfather. He only did that to his sons.
You mean compared to the way he beat his
His
kids?
sons, yeah. He didn't do that to you guys.
Yes, he did it too.
Oh.
Oh, maybe not as severe. Maybe not as severe as he
And
did.
he didn't have to. You were good.
Yeah. But I appreciated Grandma Gustan because after a while, that's enough, William. That's enough, William. William! That's enough, William!
I used to say that.
So from what you're saying, it isn't so much that he was being abusive as much as that he really believed that he was doing the right thing, that this is what the way
he said, the Bible says, spare the rod, spoil the kid.
Yeah.
And when he was in Detroit, he came up many years, some years, not many years later, he came up to Detroit. Not too long after, well, me and Pauline moved there in 47. And once Uncle Curtis had to close down his sawmill in So-So, no more timber there either. So Uncle Curtis closed shop and moved to Detroit too. And well, I think it was not too long after that. Grandpa said, well, I'm down here all alone. Curtis sawmill is gone, Curtis is gone, nobody. The nights are there, but that's
no lights.
Grandma was not there. So after about another couple of years or maybe or so, Grandpa packed up and left Oak Creek. Came up to Detroit to stay.